That's so brilliant. This video is sponsored by Photrus. Yeah, it's really like not much definition in the landscape, wrong weather, maybe your composition simply doesn't work with the light you have got. There are a lot of things in landscape photography that could go wrong. And also when it feels like, you would lose when you're out in the field, the most important thing is really not to give up. Because there is a simple way of how you can anyway win, and that even guaranteed. My friends, very nice to see you. When I was a little boy, it was my grandmother who taught me always to give 110%. She was a teacher and she was a top sports elite for some years in swimming. And I have to say, I don't know any other person in the world who had that iron discipline like her. Not any other. And the thing is, she expected that iron discipline also from others. Again, she was a teacher and she was well known therefore. Hated maybe, but also loved. And so when I was a little boy, I was encouraged by my grandmother to win. And that had that effect that whenever I did anything as a boy, I gave 110%. So when I was playing any sports with friends, football for instance, my friends played a game of football, but I had a fight. I didn't want to make my grandmother disappointed or so. And so my whole childhood was characterized actually by trying to win. Yeah, I'm a bit different today. People can play football with me, without having to fear about anything, just in case we would meet one day out in the playfield or so. And I guess maybe not everyone likes to hear that, but that's just what happened to me when I was a little boy. I'm telling you a story about my life, right? In my childhood, I was fascinated by people who always seemed to have, that extra power reserve. When Mike Tyson, for instance, got a punch on his nose, he didn't run away and give up. He always had this extra power in reserve. And he showed it also to his opponents. He got even better by that. And of course, Tyson may not be a positive example for some other aspects in his life, but as an athlete, he definitely is. Alberto Tomba is a ski legend from Italy. He looked so much faster on his skis than all the others. But quite interesting is, short before he came into the gill, the last quarter or so, he got even faster, which is completely crazy. He also had that kind of extra power reserve. And he won. He always won. Now, this raises the question, how can we set up our photography in a way that we always win? By the way, I'm not telling you the Mike Tyson method here or the Alberto Tomba method or something like that. I'm going to tell you how to win the game in landscape photography. So how do you guarantee that you always win? And number one is you decide you don't play not to lose. There are so many landscape photographers out there who play not to lose. They're always in defense, they always try not to lose, they don't risk anything, they're always on the back foot so they don't move forward. And many of them, got even stuck in their development as a photographer. So if you're going out for photography and your aim is to get just a safe shot, you're playing not to lose. You don't play to win, right? And the thing is, by doing that, the best possible result you could get is a safe shot. But safe shots are seldom world class, right? They are maybe good enough for Instagram, but not worth the paper for printing and hanging them up on the wall or so, or even paying money therefore. And the thing is, photographers who are used to harvesting just the safe shots tend to fail even with many of their safe shots because they limit themselves to the quality of a safe photo. They simply don't break through. And when we break it down, it is almost impossible to get a killer shot and you anyway fail. So don't play not to lose, play to win instead. That means risk with the weather, risk with going to places where you know right in front that there is no composition possible. I'm doing that so often. And that really leads to amazing photographs. Of course, there are times when you have to play defense, but not the whole game. Sometimes things change when we arrive at the spot, right? The weather could come different to that we had planned. The landscape could look different to that we had expected. There are defense phases in landscape photography, but they do not last for the whole game. You can always win, always. So don't play not to lose, play with the clear intention to win. And that's the first base to win all the time, by the way. And the second base is quite similar. Don't play to beat the competition. And I'm telling you here, if you are spending any of your energy looking at people who are around you at the playing field, you are not the most efficient way to win. I see that so often, especially at iconic places, that photographers try to get a better photo than others got already there before. But that's the worst thing you could do, because what defines the quality of a photograph? And by that I don't mean megapixels or that I did everything right from the technical point of view, so that I got everything sharp in my image and that it is well exposed or so. No, I'm talking about the quality of an image. So what is the quality of my image? Now, when we break it down, I would say it is the sum of all the experiences I ever had in my life. And by that I don't only mean experiences in photography, I'm talking about experiences in life. There is a good reason why I picked out exactly this spot here to take a photo, why I have decided on this particular composition over others, why I'm photographing it in this special day like and in this time of year, and also why I'm telling this story with my image and not any other one. There is a reason. Life simply shapes us. And that means the only human being in history, all over the world, who has ever had all the same experiences I had in my life is me. So how could I have a competition? That's impossible. I'm unique. You are unique. I mean, I can always find anyone, who is taller than me, who's stronger than me, who is smarter than me. But that has nothing to do with me, because they anyway can't take the same photos like me, not in the same way. Only I can do that. Yeah, I mean, I'm irreplaceable all over the world, and you are too. So don't compare yourself with other photographers, and don't compare your photos with those of others. That's a waste of time, because they have nothing to do with you. Photography is storytelling. Don't try to tell the story of any other photographer. Tell your own story instead. Don't play to beat the competition. Now, this raises the question, if we don't play to get beat by the competition, and if we don't play to beat the competition, why in the world are we playing? That's a good question, isn't it? And the answer is so easy. Just think back to the time when you started with photography. Why did you start? To get better than other photographers, or to get millions of likes on Instagram? I mean, I don't know why you started with photography. Yeah, I mean, you could leave me a comment below, would really be interesting, by the way. But I started because it made fun. I loved to photograph, and I'm still loving it. It is so relaxing when I'm out in nature, working on a composition, and taking a shot. There's nothing better actually for me. Now, the way I always win is I simply try to improve, and I improve every single time when I'm out in the field with my camera. So I can't lose, I can only win. How easy is that? I win already when I've learned something new. And that also provides me this kind of extra power reserve. I'm not playing for others, I'm playing for myself. No one could take that away from me, never. And of course, there are also phases in landscape photography when things don't look all the promising, right? When it feels like, playing a game of chess or so, and you have lost already almost all of your pieces. But the thing is, even in a hopeless situation like that, it isn't only possible to win, it's also possible to get some really stunning photos, as you can see in this video here. And friends, I hope you liked this video. If you have, share it with your friends. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.